I love it. I love it. Chill bump time. Great cutscene. Great pause. 2. I repeat, 2 scarabs. Best playable ending to a video game ever. I absolutely love it. I've got him in this corner and oh, yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's real fair. Invincible. Yeah. Oh, great. Now I'm stuck. This is just wonderful. Oh, and of course.
The will of the gods.
Here we go. Oh, come on! I hate Halo 3. So, the question is, do I love or hate Mission 4, The Storm? Hello everybody, this is JP3 here, bringing you another Halo 3 Love or Hate Legendary playthrough. We're on mission number 4, The Storm. Now, at some point along the way or during this mission, we were supposed to be getting to or arriving at or arriving through the town of Void, but unfortunately, there is no city to reclaim. There is a hole to make, however. I'm just not sure what we're supposed to put in that hole. Actually, that's stupid. Anyway, so yes, yeah, I gotta admit, the Storm, the way the level is named versus its description and the description of Savo Highway about getting to Void, I actually like the idea of the Storm. I kind of wish this mission would have taken place, near the Storm, around that portal to the Ark. I'm sure there's some Forerunner structures that would have been awesome to fight through or to fight around or to deal with, whether in vehicles or on foot, and with a big giant storm swirling around in the skybox. That would have been a lot better setting for this mission than just some bland old factory. I mean, I kind of like the idea of there being like storefronts and city streets and things like that as well, businesses and maybe some civilians and whatnot. Any of those two ideas would have been a better setting than just some bland old factory. So anyway, I shot that guy because he represented the setting supervisor's decision, but other than that, this level isn't that bad. I kind of like it. I definitely don't love it on Legendary, but let's go ahead and get to the walkthrough portion, because this part's kind of important. Sometimes when you walk up, they're all gathered around the hologram of Truth speaking whatever nonsense he's speaking. Other times the jackals will be waiting right there for you. If they are, bounce a grenade off the side like I did. It'll kill most, if not all, the jackals. And then just go straight down the stairs. Don't do what I did and come back, because if you may have noticed, I almost got grenaded because the Marines were attracting grenades there the way they do. I may have attracted a grenade or two as well, but anyway, so once you're done with that, your Marines will, you and the Marines will take out whatever grunts and such are remaining. Just don't bring the Warthog up close, because if you do, it will get grenaded. And if the Marines die, then the Warthog can actually be destroyed. You don't want that to happen. Instead, you want this to happen. Just roll right on through here and aim for the grunts. Instead of throwing grenades when you aim for them, they'll all go into the duck and cover mode. And that'll make it a little bit easier. It's not a guarantee, but this is really consistent, actually. Believe it or not. The only inconsistent element usually is when the Marines throw grenades, lobbing them over when you're coming back. So when you're coming back, just kind of watch and see what the landscape is like. Sorry, dude. Just watch, what the landscape's like there for a second and see if there's any, smoke trails from the Marine grenades or any of the kind of more obvious and brighter plasma trails, plasma lights from the plasma grenades being ignited. And so on and so forth. Instead of taking the Warthog here and going with your standard weapons, grab a Needler, make sure you have at least 2 sticky grenades, definitely 1, and take the Ghost and come through here and let's go ahead and splat these guys right now. Get rid of those dudes, shoot these guys. Hopefully one won't block the way like that. The hat was kind of blocking the plasma there. This can be pretty consistent with practice. So throw a grenade up at that pile. Sometimes you'll get the Brute, other times you'll, just land one and it'll kill people. That time I got the Jackal somehow. And then come on through here, use the Needler to take care of the Brute and any grunts that are remaining. Once you get done with that, ignore the rocket pod and pick up this sniper rifle and take out this gunner. and then get ready or wait until the Phantom drops off the Wraith. If you pick up the rocket pod, if it's even still there, maybe my grenade knocks it off, I'm not really sure, then you become a magnet for all of the turrets and all of the ghosts and everything. It's much easier to take out the ghosts with the Wraith that we're going to steal. So once you pick up the sniper rifle, the first thing you want to do whenever the opportunity presents itself is to snipe out the gunner in the Wraith turret there. He will fire over here. Odds are he'll fire a perfect mortar. That was a poorly thrown grenade. I did not mean to do that. I definitely meant to hit the ghost there. So as soon as you can, get over here and get into this cargo box here. Believe it or not, the ghosts aren't nearly as big of a problem as you might think, but if they are, use the sniper rifle to snipe them out of the ghost as they're focusing on the Warthog that will surely be there at least for a time. When you come out of that cargo box, run at a diagonal jumping fashion. It kind of makes it easier to get in the Wraith without it actually bombing you. Don't pick up the stupid spiker. Try to get inside the Wraith and then take out the rest of the ghosts. And once you do that, the door over there will open up. Well, I take that back. I don't know if you need to take out the ghost. You don't need to take out the ghosts. You just need to take out that anti-air Wraith. We're taking out the ghosts, partially for fun and partially to make sure that we definitely don't get killed at some point when we have to turn our back. Because as soon as that gets destroyed, we want to come over here and just take a small bit of cover behind this box when those Banshees are coming up. And whenever they stop coming that way, they usually then will focus on the Hornet, which will usually destroy them. You want to take out the Grunt that's going to come out there with a mounted plasma cannon turret thing there, and then just start waylaying these guys. You're on legendary difficulty, so you won't get a lot of multi-kills here unless you're really lucky in how they're bunched up. You should be able to get multi-kills here, but again, the enemies can't even see the mortar, and I guarantee you they're in there dodging or bobbing or weaving or whatever. I do not understand how there just seems to be an aiming gap in that mortar it's like it either goes too high or too low, and then right where you want to get it just seems to be almost impossible to achieve sometimes when you're, I don't know, I'm just not practiced with it and don't really care to be. So once you come up into here, you're going to see some grunts. You can bonk and miss them with a grenade like I just did. But the bodyguards that are around the chieftain can be taken out with one shot with a headshot. If you leave that glass intact, or if it happens to stay intact, sometimes that will happen. They will throw a grenade trying to hit you through it, ridiculously so. And I don't know if that caused much damage to that chieftain there, but we certainly were able to take him out using the natural geometry as we were coming up the stairs. But you really need to be careful around those stairs for incoming grenades. Certainly a suiciding grunt. Incoming power drains can also be a problem. This part goes kind of strangely. Usually if there's any enemies remaining, they're going to be right there on that walkway, but instead, for some reason, they weren't. The grunt is fighting somebody else, and of course the Marines can't take care of him, so this grunt miner has a chance to stick us. I believe he said, open up and say, ah, before he threw it, which is kind of funny. Then you want to try to find that turret that the grunt would have carried out there. What you want to do here is you want to stay under the walkway. Anything that comes past the walkway, you kill. But if you go too far, you risk death just like I did then. So it's best to stay under that walkway. And then when they come past that walkway, shoot at them. You can peek out every once in a while if things slow down, but, as you can see there, it gets perilous when you do that. But if you're under the walkway, they can't shoot through the walkway. And if you're shooting them as they kind of come past it, odds are that you'll kill them before they kill you. But if you can't, then you can go back inside that room that you've just come out of and take cover and let your shields recharge. Keep the sniper rifle here. Grab the rocket launcher. and let's get on a mongoose, which we're going to be on for a total of like 2 seconds. Because this is yet another section early game where you get, warthog, mongoose, it really doesn't matter. And you're expected to take down multiple choppers, multiple ghosts, 2 anti-air wraiths, and phantoms that come in with turrets, and banshees. In a Halo 3 vehicle section with its damage resistance with these vehicles and how light they are, your Marines don't have tracking ability. The rockets they fire don't track, unlike the fuel rods. No chance in the world. Actually, the Marines will do fine by themselves and may take out, they took out one of the anti-air wraiths. Instead, come up here and be prepared with your power drain if you picked it up, hopefully you did, your rocket launcher, and this rocket pod if you're brave enough. The problem with being on the rocket pod is, just like I said before, you become a magnet for all enemy fire when you get on the rocket pod. It's BS, it's garbage, it's computer game crap, but that's just how it goes. So instead of getting on the rocket pod and just, destroying everything, and every once in a while fending off an enemy, instead what you're going to deal with is immediate attention if there's any vehicles at all in the game area other than that anti-air wraith. It won't fire over here at you. At least I've never had it fire over here at me. So right now what we're hoping to do is take down any banshees that will come into the arena here. Sometimes the hornets can be slow in taking them out, which is frustrating because it's so easy to take them out when you get in the hornet later on in the campaign. But anyway, your goal here at this point, now I just locked onto a banshee, very hard to lock off. Your goal essentially would be to focus on the grunts in the I almost died there, to focus on the ghosts as they're coming off there. But ultimately, we weren't able to because we were locked onto that Banshee. But fortunately, that power drain worked really well. We just kind of gave an assist to our Marine there. We set it up to where it drained the Ghost, and then some Marine somewhere, I think, on a Mongoose with a rocket launcher took him out. Kind of nice. So I'm just doing this for fun. Right now, what we're doing is we are essentially waiting for the Scarab to show up, and while we're doing that, we need to come up here and grab the sniper rifle ammunition that's on top of this tower. Again, I think Bungie may have thought initially when they designed this level that it would be a good idea for you to remain in the Mongoose and let you and all the Marine AI that they so intelligently designed take down the legs of the Scarab, and then you somehow jump on top of it from that after being in the Mongoose. But the problem is that at some point along the way, they tweaked the maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I'd like to think that maybe this happened after the level was designed. They tweaked the damage resistance and the weight and the speed of these vehicles and made it almost impossible to execute that strategy as it appears to have been designed. So I pick up that rocket pod there just to see if I can get any kills, and I get one, which is fine, but ultimately we're not going to use the rocket pod to take out the Scarab. It's impossible to do that without risking death. You become a magnet, so the Scarab and its Scarab gun, its primary and secondary weapons, will take you out massively fast, and they will certainly be aiming for you if you're on that rocket pod. So instead, we're going to come up to here, and what we're hoping for, we're just clearing out some of these enemies. We still can get red reticle in Halo games and it not magnetized towards the head. Not really sure why that is. I wish they wouldn't even have a red reticle if it's not going to work properly. Because as soon as I see it, I'm so accustomed to firing in almost every other game on the planet. But anyway. So, notice there, we jumped on the Scarab. We make one assumption and one mistake by doing that strategy. It's not the most consistent strategy because the Scarab will immediately move as soon as you jump off. Now, you could try to jump off really fast, and maybe you're just catching it at the wrong time when it was designed to move anyway. It's on some sort of timer for moving. That's not been my experience. If that thing wants to move, it'll frickin' move. So just be ready for that. The mistake I made is that when I jumped off, I had not killed all the brutes, and so I got brute shot while that Scarab was breaking down, which is stupid and ridiculous. You would think that the brutes and any enemies would instead be in panic mode, that the physics of the Scarab literally stopping and or breaking down or exploding would bother them. Oh, no, that doesn't bother them at all. They're still going to get off a shot. So the best thing to do is to make sure everybody's dead before you get off of there. The problem, of course, with doing that is that the weapons you have aren't great for close quarters combat, certainly not the rocket launcher. So, anyway.
There was honor in our covenant once, and there shall be again.
I bring the rocket launcher in here in order to use it against the hunters. Obviously, I don't have enough rockets to beat both hunters unless they're grouped very tightly together, so we're not going to be able to rely on that strategy wholly. Feel free to take one of the rocket pods in here. That's why I broke them off, so the Marines wouldn't be on them and rocketing me as I'm trying to get on the Scarab, or getting in a position where the rocket pod dematerializes in some way, shape, or form. Once you come into this room, I like to go with the BR and the shotgun, but I'm not going to lie to you, I play this room, I don't really have a great legendary strategy for this room, so you're not going to see any swag here at all, if you've seen any thus far in the first place. The way I play this on Heroic is currently still the way I play it on Legendary, which is to go through with the shotgun and, you know, have fun, use the movement and the, you know, Halo triangle to make things work against these brutes. But as you see there, as soon as I walk out, I've got 18 different freaking friendly AI in the way. They immediately start firing at me, the brutes, however. And so it's just impossible to get close without risking life and limb. So instead of having fun, I'm just going to stand back and shoot everything at distance until I don't have to do that anymore. One of the themes of this entire level going forward seems to be me focusing on something, getting hit, and then the friendly AI, essentially getting the kill. Which is fine, that really doesn't matter. It's just you'll see that a couple different times along the way if you haven't already. Now, what I'm doing now is I'm going to keep the shotgun as the secondary weapon against the hunter. Hopefully there will only be one remaining. And the rocket launcher to take out at least one of the hunters. So the shotgun's for the second guy if they're not grouped tightly, which, hint, hint, they won't be grouped tightly in this playthrough. So we're going to have to resort to other means to get the second hunter down. I just wasted some rockets when I was trying to take down the Scarab. That's all there is to it. Alright, so let's, first off, we're going to pick one guy. Again, they're not grouped together right now, and I'm not going to try and wait and see if they'll become grouped together. Instead, I'm going to use grenades and the shotgun, and this hunter's attention being on the friendly AI to my advantage. The friendly AI miss a grenade shot and nearly kill me. That's freaking fine. I think that guy kicked the hunter, but I'm shotgunning him in the back. He hits me through the geometry because this game sucks. Let's get back into... Oh yeah, they killed him, so... Even though I did the majority of the damage to him, so... I think a Marine AI, actually one of them, someone actually kicked at it. I mean, I saw that again. I saw it when I was researching, just looking over this, because I hadn't played this in a while. Maybe it was the kick that did the trick here. So, come over to this part here, grab the sniper rifle, and see if you can't headshot this brute. That dot and red reticle don't mean shit. There we go. Alright. Let's just keep plugging away here. I'd like to keep a little bit of sniper rifle ammunition for the brute and or jackals and whatever's remaining back there, but the shotgun has now become useless because we're on legendary difficulty. And we can't really get too close without risking dying to a big gaggle of grunts here. Man, there are a lot of grunts in Halo 3. A lot of grunts. Anyway, so let's go over here and grab this BR. I think, yeah, I did switch smartly there. And we're just going to headshot them all because this is the easiest way to handle them. Move those bodies out of the way, which, will prevent me from doing anything other than shooting him in the face with the BR. And here comes, I think we've got one last brute here. Can't beat him. Join him. We'll throw up our little get out of jail free card and get him in here. I didn't need to do that though. He was in the process of throwing a grenade. It could have easily used that to my advantage, but as soon as he started getting ready to throw it, I'd already had my brain ready to press for my controller, the bumper jumper configuration, the X button, and, well, anyway. We overkilled him with strategy. Anyway, alright, so we're going to come over here and grab this sniper, and hopefully we won't choke. We're going to try to take out the chieftain. That way we don't have to deal with the fuel rod gunner in the next section, and we do, in 3 shots. And so that worked out really nice. To be honest with you, we could easily take this hill with the BR and not have to use the sniper from here. But for some reason we do anyway. And we waste a couple of shots that later on I'll marginally wish that I still had. That's right in his head. That's ridiculous. Be sure and reload your weapon and refill your ammunition on that BR there and march forward into the insanity. So the problem with this section is that there's a lot of textures that grunts can see through, brutes can see through, whatever, that you can't. Also, there's going to be a lot of grenades flying if you've done a half-decent job, and there's dudes with hard hats still alive that are bravely taking on these grunts despite apparently not being soldiers. Alright, so there's a brute hiding behind a rock, because that's what brutes do, is hide, the cowards. So we de-armor him with the sniper rifle, and we finish him off with the brute, with the BR headshot there. Let's see if we can get any more guys before we get grenaded from, you know, the high grass that they can see through just fine. Alright, this guy is engaging some dudes here. Let's use the beautiful BR headshot bullet magnetism to finish those dudes. Here we got a brute with a brute shot. We're just going to finish him off with the grenades that or the sniper rifle. We're going to throw a grenade there and de-armor the brute and throw a terribly placed grenade into a wall, and then the headshot bullet magnetism saved us. I think I was aiming at the sky, but somehow, some way, the bullets found his face. If only they could do that with the sniper rifle, just 25%. With 25% the same level of consistency or whatever. And use the fuel rod in that case to destroy the AA gun. And now we've made our hole for the captain to send his pointy ship through. And that's the storm, guys. No more skips, baby. I didn't do any in this level. I don't believe there's anything that could be called a skip going forward. And that's probably the worst commentary I've done for the Halo 3 series thus far. If you like this kind of content, please hit that thumbs up button. I don't hate this level. I wouldn't give it a thumbs up, though. But hopefully you'll give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and if you haven't already, it is imperative that you hit that notifications bell. That way you'll know when videos are hot off the presses and fresh off the assembly line. Please use the comment section to express yourself, but as for now, this is JP3 signing out. Have a wonderful day, and thank you very, 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 very much for watching. Goodbye.